Sup tricksters and tricksetters, and welcome to the ultimate Waylay guide from your all-time favorite Radiant coach, Latano Papito. Is she good? Is she bad? Should you play her in ranked solo queue? I'm gonna show you like some text here and there and then how to master this agent essentially. First of all, Waylay's signature ability is called refract, and it is basically Echo's ultimate from League of Legends that doesn't heal you. So it's like a Chamber plus Phoenix had a baby. This refract ability allows you to travel back in time if you end up in some bad situation. How does the ability work? You simply poop behind yourself, take a big dump, peek the enemies, take a fight, don't commit too much, and you can instantly teleport back to the location where you dropped your feces. A really good ability. When you're using this ability, you really want to stay alive. Like, don't commit yourself too much to the fights. Like, basically just stay in a fight for 1 second, 1 bullet, 1 burst fire, 1 op shot, go back and reset yourself. So this is a reset ability to gain information, potentially get a kill, potentially get additional space for your teammates, and stay alive so that we have a second chance to fight our enemies. And also, a very good thing about this ability is if you take 2 kills, so let's say we kill an enemy here, now we can use it for the 3rd time and take the 3rd kill as well. Every single time when you die and you don't use this ability to engage the enemies, it is the moment of time where you could have done something better. Be generous with this ability. Also, what is good about this ability is that you're invulnerable. So essentially, if the Raze is shooting the rocket in your face, you can escape it. If the Killjoy ultimate is tagging you, you can escape it. But the problem is, if any suppress ability tags you, such as Chaos Knife, you cannot go back anymore. You are absolutely cooked, essentially. Now, another thing that I didn't mention when it comes to refract, it is a bit better than a Chamber's teleport. Why? Because you can actually use it while you're jumping in the air. You're doing this, you kill one enemy in the middle of the jump, you're out. You reset yourself immediately. Solid ability. I would say S tier. But this ability has the same problem as Chamber's ability. If you're playing on a high ping, bad equipment, you're playing against demons that have like 0.1 millisecond reaction time, you will be dying enormous amount of times in the middle of using this ability because of the server desync and other bullshits. The second ability is her stun, concuss, hindering ability. Basically on Q, you can instantly deploy a projectile that bounces off the walls and has the same trajectory and travel speed as a Phoenix Molotov. So, you drop it like this, bam. It drops down, and in this area of the map, it hinders enemy. Now, what is a hindering effect? It is same as a concussion, but your screen is not shaking. So what does that mean? Like, you're simply more precise. You can actually shoot back if you're hindered. Look at this. You see? When you're concussed, there's a bigger bullet spread when you're shooting the enemies back. And killing the enemies is interesting task. But when you're hindered, your bullets are actually pretty precise, and you can actually one-tap the enemies. But when you're hindered, you're slowed down, you're also floating in the air, you have a really low rate of fire. As I said, it is a stun that doesn't have that, shaking effect. You're not that inaccurate. I mean, enemies are not that inaccurate. Be careful. You can stun both yourself and your teammates as well. So, think about it. This ability is obviously really good when you're taking the space and engaging the enemies. And you should use it in combination with the rest of Waylay's kit. For an example, we're fighting enemies in the B-main area of the map. We can simply use the refract, use this ability, take a kill, go back. Also, we can bounce this ability through like different objects, walls, and windows to make it as hidden as possible in order to hit the enemies and then engage them. Good addition to the kit, but I don't know, personally, I would have liked that instead of this ability we had either a smoke or a flash. because these type of abilities are much more powerful, but then this agent would be like S+ tier and really fucking broken, to be honest. When you're executing sites, or retaking the bomb sites, or engaging the enemies, most of the times, this is the first ability that you want to drop to deny some space from the enemies and some area of the map, and then you're entering the site with a refract and with a light speed ability. And that leads us to the third regular ability from Waylay. Her third ability is basically a jet dash ability that is split into two parts. So, in order to use this ability, first you need to equip it, but you don't have any duration in which you can use it. Or you can go back to the gun and fight the enemies. Now you have two options. You can dash once for half of the distance, or you have the second option, which is basically double dash. Now, with the first dash, you can go upwards. So you can go vertically up, same as jet. So this is like an updraft ability of the jet. Same with the double dash as well. But when you're using the double dash, the second dash ability only goes on a horizontal line. So essentially, you cannot do this. As you can see, I didn't go any higher than with this, but we went further, obviously, because we're using two dashes. So basically, with this double dash ability, we can take almost identical space that we can take with jet and race. But one good thing about the Waylay's kit is that you don't necessarily need to enter the bomb sites with both of these abilities. For an example, this would be a default execute on the A site of Ascent. So we use refract there, do this, dash dash, from this position, take a fight, then go back. If we end up in a shit situation. But if we clear these initial angles, and none of the enemies are here, and here, with the Sova drone, Sky utility, Fade utility, Gecko utility, and we know that enemies are only at the backside, you don't need to use refract to go in. You can just use hindering, dash dash, and then from this position, use refract to kill the enemies here. And then you're instantly ready to fight your teammates from this additional space that you have taken. When you're using a double dash, you don't have the option to cancel it. But once you press the left click, you need to commit to the second dash as well. That is why Valorant gave you the option to use only one dash ability. When is the one dash ability good? You're playing a judge on short, and enemies are here, for an example. Like, you can use a hindering ability, one dash, and take a kill. Muy bien. Enemies are close to the B main area of the map. You see one enemy, you drop the hinder, one dash, take a kill. You don't need to do two stupid dashes in order to close the gap with that enemy. When it comes to Waylay's ultimate, it's more like an initiator ability rather than a duelist, but it gives you a bit of a buff. You know, the range and width is quite similar to the Fade ultimate. You drop the ultimate, and when you drop the ultimate, and when the ultimate activates, you get a convergent buff. What is a convergent buff? It is a Brimstone's Steam Beacon without the fire rate buff. So you're just running faster. And you can take space for your teammates faster, which is good. And your teammates are also buffed as well. Now, every single enemy that is inside of this effect is going to be hindered. Combining this ultimate, you know, with other abilities in the game is gonna be really strong. Techos ultimate and Waylay ultimate. Waylay ultimate and Techos guided salvo. Breach aftershock. Chaos molotov. The Phoenix molotov, etc. You get the point. Okay, so we're playing attacker side of Lotus. Our teammates want to take A main area of the map. No problem. We use refract. Get this space. Kill the enemy jet that dashed into our face. Enemies are molotoving us. Oh no! Later, your team wants to execute B site. Maybe in some kind of an eco half by round. You have only a stinger with a light shield and utility. Okay, let's jump for this angle. One enemy is close. No problem. Jiggle pick throw. One dash. We kill that enemy. Then we can go back slowly. Use a refract. Take more space. Take the gun. Kill one more enemy. Go back. Essentially, force yourself to use the abilities of this agent. Like, this is not ISO, this is not Reyna, it's not everything about just killing the enemies. Like, your job is to take the space in a safe way. Your job is to pressure the enemies. Like, your job is not necessarily to take the kills. For an example, executing B-set of Lotus, same as with the Jet and Omen. Identical, and Raze as well. Like, all you need to do is just this. Get into this cover. And then from this cover, ba-ba-boo, ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba. We're taking this cover to fight the enemies in 3 different angles. Of course, we should have a smoke here and a smoke there, but even without the smokes, no problemo. We can stun that, go in, take the space in CT, and then focus on enemies in Link or Tower, for an example. Now, when it comes to economy management of Waylay, it is identical to the Jet's economy management. Jet, Raze, Omen, Chamber, all of them, they share almost identical economy management. You want to abuse every single weapon in the game, depending what is yours economy, enemy's economy, what is yours, and what is the enemy's team composition, and which map we're playing. So every weapon should be on the table. Shorty, primary, secondary weapon. Operator and Outlaw, whenever you notice that you can punish the enemies and get an instant frag with these 2 weapons, do it. Odin on some of the paper maps, why not? Judge, Bucky, Stinger, obviously, in eco rounds, hull by rounds, even the full by rounds. You're playing Bind, you're playing Split, you're playing Lotus, you're playing Ascent. Use it. Like, every single weapon should be on the table. Except the Frenzy, because Frenzy is absolutely, utterly shit. Spectre, it doesn't make sense to buy a Spectre when Stinger exists, and Ares is just poo-poo caca overall. TLDR, when it comes to this agent, a mix of Jet, Chamber, and an Initiator. Which is very powerful, but mixing 3 good things doesn't necessarily give an OP shit. Jack of all trades, master of none. Exactly. Now, when it comes to maps on which this agent is gonna be really good, primarily the maps with a lot of medium range and close range corridors. Essentially, every map on which Raze is good, that is the map for Waylay as well. Like on Breeze and Abyss, I don't think that she's gonna beat like Yoru and Jet. Like, that's almost impossible because the map is huge and these 2 agents are just much better. On Icebox and Pearl, she can be very useful, but still, you know, Yoru, Jet, Phoenix are a bit better. But on Lotus, Haven, Fracture, Bind, Sunset, Ascent, and Split, there's gonna be a lot of good plays. When it comes to the ranked tier list, like, I personally value the Waylay, of course, at the S tier. I mean, she is a movement type of character with a huge versatility and with a decent amount of self-sustainability. I just feel that in between Iron 1 and Immortal 2, it is 10 times better playing with a Raze, Omen, Jet, or Yoru. Because Waylay still depends to some degree on what type of teammates you have around yourself. While these 4 agents, they can work without a team. Essentially, the agent is finally good. Like, basically, we didn't get some super underwhelming shit as we usually get. You know, Valorant is slowly waking up. The Riot Game devs are like, maybe we should not nerf everything, you know. Maybe we should give community something that is actually good in ranked and in pro play as well. Overall, I know what we're gonna do, definitely. We are going to do Unranked to Immortal with Waylay. Starting from Thursday, it's gonna be educational series, same as with the Jet, Omen, and Chamber, and Yoru, and Raze. We will be making the ranked playbook. It's gonna be similar to Jet, Omen, and Raze, but we can maybe make some other executes and figure out some different stuff for that agent. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Join my daily streams where I lose my mental health. Join my Discord server for private coaching, get the ranked playbook, and I will see you in the next one.